Okay, now I won't do this every week, but this week I wanted to show you a few helpful hints on how to do persuasive writing or persuasive presenting or persuasive videos or persuasive anything. How to convince someone that what you're saying is important and that they should pay attention to it. So for Journal 2, I asked the question, is the society we live in a society that we want to live in? And to answer this question, try to be as specific as possible. So take one thing that's happening in the world today that you think shows why this is a society that is good for living in or not good. Don't sit on the fence. We're taking a position. We're saying, look at this. Can't you see we can make a better society than this? Or look at this. Can't you see people are great and society will be fine? Whatever it is that your position is, find a current example that shows how that supports your point of view. So when I say current, I'm talking about definitely this year, hopefully in the last couple of months, and if it's in the last month or week, yes. Of course, a lot of these issues won't be like instances in time. You might say, well, this is flared up now, and here's a bit of history. That's also fine as well. So, and I'm going to explain what these things are. So focus on a real situation to illustrate your argument. That is the old show, don't tell trick to writing. Start your paragraph with a contention, an argument, or a claim. They all mean the same thing. That is your position. Make a series of supporting arguments. That is, tell your reasons for your position supported by evidence. Include images, not just an image, images, but they should add value to the story. So they shouldn't just be random pictures. They should be images that add meaning. So they can be of people, they can be of whatever it is, the thing that you're talking about. Okay, don't use AI. They have no heart to them. Use real pictures. It's so easy to get them off Google. Always remember to tie your argument back to the theme, which is this the society we want to live in? And cite your sources using APA 7th. 500 words is absolutely fine. I run this unit for postgraduate students. I expect them to write 1,000 words, but you can do 500. 500 is enough. If you've got 3 or 4 really good images that prove your point, 500 is plenty. You can go more, that's absolutely fine. Just if it's really long and it's repetitive and disorganized, that's not good. That means you haven't edited it. But if it's long and it's awesome and I'm really enjoying reading it, that's fine. Okay, so read all the instructions under the tab, and I'm going to show you these now. So what is an argument, claim, or contention? Now, this is a transferable skill that is really, really helpful to remember. Your argument is your thesis statement or your claim that you are making. It describes your position and it tells the audience what you are going to try to establish as an argument. So it's not your topic. Your topic doesn't make a claim, but your thesis statement, your argument should make a claim that somebody could say, I argue with that. Maybe not. And it should be narrow in focus. It shouldn't be too broad. So here's an easy example. My topic is climate change. That's the topic. My position is climate change will destroy humanity. But that is arguable. You could argue and say, no, I don't agree with that, but it's too broad in focus. Okay, so I would narrow that focus and I would say I forgot what I said before. Climate change will destroy humanity because of our inaction. And I would try to find an example. So the most imperative example that I could use probably is the inaction on fossil fuels over so many decades, but I would definitely find a recent article, maybe for what did I see the other day? An article about building this massive solar farm up north that provided energy for an AI data center. But then when I read the fine print, what it said was it would actually be powered by solar and gas. So, or I could go on to the Australian government and see how many coal mines or new coal explorations or gas explorations that they had approved in the last 6 months. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. We knew a long time ago, when we didn't do it then, and we're not doing it now. Our emissions are still rising, blah, 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 blah. And this is going to destroy humanity because we are not acting. So can you see how that is arguable? It's narrow in focus, and I'm using a recent example. Your argument should be one sentence. It should make your claim. It should not give any reasons. The reasons come later in the introduction. Here, Deakin University is a really good place to go to elaborate on this idea of arguments and how to construct an argument. It's a little bit too structured for me, but it can help you as well. Okay, tip number 2, logos, pathos, ethos. I'm going to say those words so many times, and I will write them in your feedback. So this comes from Aristotle. It's been around for a long time. Ethos sets you up as a credible writer with credible sources. So you do your referencing, you get your audience to trust you, you fix the typos, you present it nicely. All these things will develop that ethos of your piece of work. It also includes doing such things as writing in the kind of style that genre of writing or presenting or videoing requires. So what you might do for an opinion piece in a newspaper will be different to an academic piece. Logos, logic. Logos is providing reasoning, it's providing data, it's providing evidence. So these are the evidence that you're getting from your sources. The ones that rely on research, credible sources, research, numbers, trends, graphs, counts. Yeah, numbers are good. They're often considered more better as evidence than people's feelings, but we can't get into that whole thing now. However, pathos is emotions. So you can convince someone that you're right using logos, but you can't convince them to care. So it's the pathos part that convinces them that what you're saying matters. It connects your audience to the people in your story. It connects their values. It makes them outraged. It makes them sad. It makes them happy. It makes them relate. So it's about justice and yeah. So pathos is about why your message matters to people. So this 3-way thinking around persuasion is a really useful tool for any type of communication. Am I a credible source of this? Am I a credible narrator, if you like? Have I given enough? Is my reasoning clear? And have I got evidence to support what I'm saying? Have I shown my audience why what I'm saying matters? And have I connected with my audience. Logos, pathos, ethos. And here it is in the less wordy format. Okay, images. Give me images. Give me images. 500 words is not very many. You can get across so much in an image. If you're talking about the fossil fuel company, I want to see a picture. If you're talking about the war, I want to see pictures. If you're talking about people caring for their neighbors, I want to see pictures. Okay? I want to see graphs. I want to see tables. I want to see things that help you tell the story. And so it's not decoration, it's things that add value and meaning to what you're saying. To promote your ethos, make sure you label your figures. APA says label it at the top, so it should be figure 1, blah, 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 and then always refer to the figures in the text. So you'll always say to the, it's part of the narrative. As you can see in figure 1, the birth rate has declined, blah, blah, blah. So you would refer to it, so it just draws your audience's attention to the figure so that they can see what you're talking about. Or it might be a picture of a woman and a child, or it might be a picture of pollution, or whatever it is that you're trying to get across. And this is really important. And images connect with different parts of people's brains. So diagrams, models, pictures, graphs, all the tables, all those things that can help people sort information and see information at a glance. Cannot stress how important they are. Label them and cite the source. You can put the citation in the figure label at the end. It can just be a link if it's not part of an important source, if it's just the picture. And tip number 4, use your APA referencing, please. I know I'm not going to teach you APA referencing in this unit. I know that some of you will never have used it before. You may never have done referencing before. You can go and see a pack for this. You can come and see me for this. You can watch my video online for this. You can go to the APA referencing site. You can also go to the Murdoch Library site. But please learn how to do APA referencing and why you are doing it. Yes, MyBib can do it, but it can't do it very well. It's not bad though. It's enough so that you don't get penalized, but at least learn how to format a reference list properly and make sure that you have correspondence between the things you cite and the things in your reference list. So I only want to see things in your reference list that you have actually used to add richness to your piece of work. I don't want you to write your thing and then go and find 3 sources, academic sources that kind of sound like they relate. That is not what referencing is about. Referencing is about acknowledging the information that you got that helped you understand what you wrote about and adds richness to what you wrote about. So in this unit, I don't expect a lot of, or hardly any actually, academic resources. You can absolutely just use the ones that are on the website. But I do expect you to have resources from government reports and news articles from good news outlets, current news, government reports. This is called grey literature. Websites like the UN or World Trade Organization, etc., things like that. But ask me if you don't know. But the main rule of thumb for APA referencing, and this is the critical part, these are the elements, And the purpose of it is so that your reader can go find it, right? So the reader knows who wrote it, when did they write it, what did they write, who published it, and how can I find it online? So every single one of your references, unless it is a book that you have read, and I don't think that you're going to read many books in order to write a journal, should have a live link in your reference list, because I will check those links to see if they go to the right reference. Okay. I know this is something, if you're in your first, if you are in your first trimester, or first semester, and you haven't done referencing before, this is something that you should put in your authorship declaration. I'm doing my best. I don't know how to do it properly yet. Please give me feedback, whatever it is that you need. Okay, just let me know what's going on with you for referencing. Is it just that you don't know how to do it, or couldn't be bothered to do it, or you asked AI to do it? Just let me know so that I can help you. Okay, no judgment. All right, so that are the 4 tips for the journal 2. Oh, are they? Write your argument, nice strong argument that is arguable and narrow. Logos, pathos, ethos. There were 4 things: images and referencing. Now, exam practice, because your journals are directly practice for your exam, but they're a little bit longer and more thoughtful, and some of them a bit more personal, and they might require a bit of research. Whereas your exam practice, you need things that you can just read and then respond to. So I've put some practice questions at the end of every slide deck. Here are a few from today. A glossary as you go is a good idea so that you don't end up at the end thinking, how am I going to learn what all these things are in 1 week or in a few days? Okay, so the Murujuga rock art needs defending from the gas industry, according to the Australia Institute and lots of other people. Watch the video and then answer the question. Obviously, in an exam, I can't show you a video, so it wouldn't, but I just thought sometimes it's easier for people to reduce that reading load a little bit. So here's the situation. Emissions from fossil fuel processing are destroying ancient, culturally significant rock art at Murujuga. That's the outline. Question: if you had the power to decide, under what conditions would you permit industrial emissions to continue at this site? Explain your answer with reference to what defines a sustainable society. So you are bringing in ideas, concepts from today and from any other week, and writing whatever your position is. Here's another one. Here's a claim. Social media is a helpful tool for people worldwide to construct shared reality and shared truth. And you can argue for or against this claim. And I've even written a few concepts there that you might like to use in your argument. Here's one on AI companions. My claim is AI companions are a harmless alternative to human friends and partners. Argue for or against this claim using reasoning and examples. It's always reasoning and examples and unit concepts. Of course, I don't believe that. And that's it.